Station.
2 games into the NBA Finals, and the MVP is Karl Anthony Towns.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. This is Theoretically Speaking. It's Emotion Monday. It is June 8th. It is June 8th. And already people are writing off the world's biggest stage when it comes to basketball, saying the NBA Finals are done. They're cooked. I will say I was scratching and itching like Tyrone Biggums for some basketball action over this weekend. A long weekend with no hoops in the NBA Finals that I cannot wait to get another data point for. But wait no longer. Game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight at Madison Square Garden. The ticket prices, people are literally selling kidneys, chopping off limbs, and selling things on the black market to get in the house because the prices are ridiculous. But most importantly, we will get a decisive game tonight. If the Knicks win it, I will agree finally that this thing is pretty much over and done. But if what I expect to happens tonight when the game gets tipped off at 8:30 and Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs do what they should have done in Game 2 and closing it out, what they could have done in Game 1 had they gotten off to a better start, the Spurs are walking out of there with a win, and this finals is going to get extended 6 or 7 games. That's exactly what I expect to happen. I'm just so surprised that everybody else is already writing it all the way off. On the other side of the glass on the ones and twos is Damian Perez. Damian is in the house. And Damian, how did you embrace this weekend where there was a little bit of a lull? We had obviously I would say maybe the most dramatic Stanley Cup final game of all time between the Hurricane and the Knights, who just not silently because enough people are watching, but in the background of the FIFA World Cup and the NBA Finals, and even following the French Open is this tournament that they play on the ice called the Stanley Cup Final, which is like silently maybe like an epic classic. How'd you spend this weekend, Damian?
Yeah, good afternoon, Theo. Pleasure as always. Definitely missed the NBA Finals in a series that has already been flipped on its head. It's not crazy to say the Spurs got a chance to come back, especially in Madison Square Garden. But a weekend where we didn't have an NBA Finals, but we did have the Stanley Cup Finals, and for the second time in 3 games, overtime thriller.
Yeah.
So definitely something that's very, very underrated is the Stanley Cup playoffs. And we also had Roland Garros in France. Saboli versus Zverev. Zverev got his first Grand Slam with Djokovic, Alcaraz, and Sinner being out. So while we didn't have an NBA Finals and we definitely missed it, we still had a great weekend of sports.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, is apparently I believe Zverev is a friend of the show. I believe that he met the mark that Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo set, because I guess he had been in and around ESPN West Palm. He's a friend of the show. So French Open champion, yes, also friend of the show. So happy that we got that on this side of the good people. But man, I will tell you this. Before we get into the NBA Finals Game 3 talk, which again tips off at 8:30, we have so much more for you today as well. This morning, for me, started off, it was one of those mornings where I realized I am in the middle of a chain of a bunch of horrible decisions. Just making bad decision after bad decision, and they're compounding at this point. So, Damian, I don't know if I've updated you on this, but I've been rolling around right now in my Jeep that is currently blowing hot air.
Wow.
And the reason my Jeep is blowing hot air when I try to turn the AC on is because, I found out what it's going to cost me to get the air conditioner fixed in the Jeep, which, by the way, I appreciate our people at SLBT. They gave me a great diagnostic. They gave me exactly what was wrong with it, including how I can get it fixed. And I said, well, hold on a second. Let me take that, come home. Let me digest that, and I'm going to get back to you. Because several things impacting the Jeep.
So it's not just a leak?
It's not just a leak.
Oh, boy.
It's not just a leak. It's like 2 leaks and a couple of things that need to get touched up. It's going to be a 4-figure repair.
Ouch.
Not enough to get me into Madison Square Garden tonight for the game, but definitely enough for me to reconsider and say, well, you know what? Riding around in the I don't care how hot it is outside, riding around in this South
grind it
Florida
out
heat,
here.
I'm gonna figure it out. So this morning, I knew I had to go out to Florida Atlantic University to go check out the Owls Big Man Camp, which if you don't know what a Big Man Camp is, just think about any of those football camps you've seen with the receivers and the DBs and the 7-on-7 action, but everybody's 300 pounds and they're still somehow flying around athletic as all get up. So that was an amazing thing to go out there at FAU and experience the Big Man Camp. Poor decision number one, I took the Jeep. Took the Jeep on that 40-minute or so ride down to Boca Raton, so I'm sweating my tail off.
Thought it was early enough, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I thought I'd be good. Second decision, that was ugly. Wore a black polo and some jeans. Black polo and some jeans. Just absorbing all that the sun has to offer in this black polo. I have been a sweaty mess since about 9:30 a.m. And I'm just now cooling off here in the Evan Cohen Studios here in downtown West Palm Beach. And I felt bad because as I was walking out of the Big Man Camp after getting the video that I need, and again, you can catch that story on ESPN Top 63 YouTube page, ESPN West Palm. As I was walking out, one of the linemen who had been going through the drills and the rigors of the Big Man Camp, working out with coaches, you know, the whole nine, was walking out, and he looked at me, and he saw me sweating, and he turned and said, "Yo, bro, my heart hurts." He said, "My heart is pained right now." Seemed like he was kind of taking himself out of the drills and the skills. He was walking over to the side so he can get a rest. And as he said those words to me, "My heart hurts," it resonated with me in a whole new way, because I realized too, you know what? It's not just the fact that I'm enduring all of these self-inflicted wounds here with the bad AC, the terrible choice in the tire, and then also standing out there in the sun for about an hour shooting video, so my body is hurting. But I resonated with that lineman that limped off of that field saying that his heart hurts for working out in the South Florida sun, because all of those negative decisions I made, and still I knew I was a mere couple of hours away from having to cope with the fact that I said Spurs in 5 and it is now Knicks 2-0, and my heart hurts too. My heart indefinitely hurts too. And you know how I'm going to cope with it, Damian Perez?
How's that?
I'm going to keep preaching the gospel. I'm going to keep on preaching the gospel. It ain't over.
Can't back down now.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And damn it, I don't see one. I don't see one. In fact, I know Charles Barkley liked to say something about the women in San Antonio being a little bigger boned, and that they if the fat lady's going to sing, it can't happen in Madison Square Garden then. It's got to at least happen back in San Antonio. There is life in the NBA Finals. There is going to be a game tonight that we're going to see some thrills from. I understand that Friday night it looked like the Spurs were the inexperienced team, that, you know, from the Wembanyama turnover where he throws the ball to Castle and he has his back turned, and that turns into a Jalen Brunson who, by the way, Damian, obviously Wemby misses the shot, the possession afterwards, so nobody's talking about the elephant in the room. But who would have expected Jalen Brunson, of all people, to split free throws at the end of the game there with the game on the line?
He hasn't had the best series. He's been good in moments, especially in those important moments where you got to close.
Yeah.
But if you look at his numbers, I mean, the Knicks have gotten 2 wins with Brunson probably playing one of his worst games in the series in the playoffs entirely. And that's something that works in the Knicks' favor. If Brunson is able to get it going, that's something that obviously, you know, he's arguably a top 5 guard in the league.
This is the Brunson conversation that we're forced to have today is the same conversation I was having with people when the Spurs played the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, which I was calling the NBA Finals, and now I have a little egg on my face, but it's not over yet. Brunson's not having a bad series because Brunson is a bad basketball player, or the moment is too big, or he's tired, or Brunson is having a bad series because the Spurs guards are forcing him to.
Right.
You know, like that, the head of the snake defensively with Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper and Vassell and even Champagnie at times when he's able, because he has much more length than people give him credit to.
And he's having a pretty good series, Champagnie.
Who's my guy? Carter Bryant as well. Like, they are immovable forces on the defensive end, and they wreak havoc. We, like 3 games into the Thunder series, I was having the same conversation with Colin, who right now is on the other side of the map, living it up on vacation. And it's talking about, well, wait till Shea gets his rhythm, or wait till Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets going. The Thunder are in this thing, and Shea's not hooping. And I said, well, can't we give the Spurs credit for Shea not hooping? Like, we're watching the basketball games. It's not like Brunson is just getting these great shots and they're not falling. Like, he is being pushed into bad decisions. I think he's had 4 turnovers in each of the last 2 games. Yep, 4 turnovers in game 1, 4 turnovers in game 2. He's shooting under 33% on the series right now. He's 2 for 8 from 3, 2 for 9 from 3 in both of those games, and he hasn't been able to get to the free throw line at a high clip. Like Jalen Brunson, if the series ended right now, he would not be the Finals MVP. It would have to go to Karl-Anthony Towns, who on both sides of the floor has been the New York Knicks best player.
Yes, and very impactful.
Defensively, too.
And the thing with Karl-Anthony Towns that everybody was questioning themselves was, going into the series, will he be able to stay out of foul trouble? Because he's probably the primary defender on Wembanyama when Mitch Robinson is not out there. So for him to stay out of foul trouble, I mean, that's very significant for the New York Knicks.
He kind of has it, though. It's the sneaky truth of it all is he kind of hasn't, which is why there's several reasons, and I'll go through them throughout today's show here on Theoretically Speaking. But I have I almost feel disconnected with reality because everybody else in their mama thinks this series is over with. But I have a resounding faith and confidence that the Spurs are actually going to win tonight at MSG, and I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those that comes down to a final possession. Like, I think the Spurs actually have a upper hand in this matchup, but the Knicks have continuously been able to close the games the right way because of that gap in experience, but then also the continuity. Like, the Knicks know what they're going to do. The Spurs have not yet figured that out yet, especially at the end of games.
See, while I agree with you, Theo, I do think the Spurs can win tonight, and I think they will win tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't think it could be close. I think in a close game, the Knicks have the significant
they
advantage.
They have the upper hand.
And if the Spurs are going to win, I mean, they got to win handedly. If it's a close game, especially in the Garden, I think the Knicks got the advantage.
The Spurs are going to come in like a wrecking ball in the first quarter, and I think they get up to like a 10 or so point lead. And the question is how long can they hold on to that lead? Because the Knicks like to stick around. We saw them do it against the Cavaliers. We saw them do it against the Spurs in game 1. They like to stick around. They like to stay in striking distance, and then that's when Jalen Brunson will turn it on. Tonight, the Spurs cannot have that. But again, that very reason, the Spurs being desperate, the Knicks having all of the confidence in the world, the Knicks no longer feeling like a team with their back against the wall or going up against this behemoth of a team, but now feeling rightfully so like a team in a power position. It has all the makings of a bit of a letdown at the Garden. But here's the thing. I think we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves. Can we go back to, I was listening to Unsportsmanlike this morning, Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman, setting the table for sports talk, as they always do on ESPN 106.3, 6 to 10 a.m. And I heard my guy, my brother, Chris Canty, who is one of the voices of New York, so I understand why he would beat the drum. But I heard him talking a little too definitively about this series. Take a listen.
They've tried Wemby. They've tried Keldon Johnson. They've tried other. It hasn't worked. They have no answer for Karl-Anthony Towns. And as a result, the Knicks are going to finish this series and in short order. I had Knicks in 5 coming into this series. I'm going to have to amend it. I'm going to have to amend it. It's Knicks in 4. This series ain't going back to San Antonio.
Wow.
This is a wrap. It's over. I know Nuno feels away. He was mad at me in the group chat on Friday night because he felt like I touched the money.
Yeah.
I told Nuno I can't touch the money because I'm not a Knicks fan. But I got eyes I can see. And the Knicks are a better team than the San Antonio Spurs, and they're executing like it in every phase of basketball.
I agree with half of what Candy is saying. He said the Knicks are executing like the better team and that they are the better team. I think the Spurs are actually the better team. I think the Knicks have executed better. Which, by the way, that's the only thing that matters. Being better team don't matter if you don't end up with more points on the scoreboard when the game is over with. And the Knicks have been the better team in execution in each of the last 2 games. Tonight, I expect that to change. Tonight, I expect the words that Greg Popovich spoke to them before they hopped on that plane to get to New York to have a resounding impact. I expect Victor Wembanyama to be a better decision maker down the stretch of these games and not be a guy with the ball in his hands, but more so be a guy playing off of the action and being able to be much more of a wild card on the defense. When you have the ball in your hands, all 10 eyes can be focused on you. That's why I didn't like that last possession where Wemby did try to give it up and go. I didn't like that Castle didn't come back and grab the ball. Wemby's a better threat when the defense is not able to have all 10 eyes on him. So there's certain things that the Spurs are going to have to do tonight, including like what you said, Damian, go balls to the wall early, get a lead, and not let this thing go, be close.
Keep your foot on the gas.
Be close late. But the one thing that the Knicks can do, and specifically one singular person can do that will dead all of this, is if Karl Anthony Towns outplays Victor Wembanyama, if Cat, who right now as things stand today is the finals MVP, 18 points in the first game, 21 points in the second game, 2 double-doubles. More importantly, Cat, his defense on Wemby and his ability to keep him contained. Wemby trying to ISO against Cat, I think he's like 0 for 20 at this point. He's strong-arming him. He's boxing him out. Victor Wembanyama so far has been bullied by Karl Anthony Towns. And if the Cat turned dog is that same energy, that same beast, different animal tonight at the Garden, then yeah, this thing could get wrapped up. The NBA Finals is in the hands of Karl Anthony Towns. But Damian, for that very reason, I cannot be as confident as Canty is right now. I cannot be as confident as my guy Mike Rizzo, who's going to get on the air at 4 o'clock today and tell you guys that the Knicks are going to definitively win and that this series is over as well. I can't be as confident as these guys when I know that the pendulum of momentum and the fate of the NBA Finals all rests in the confidence level, execution level, attention to detail level of Karl Anthony Towns, who I've watched umpteen too many times in the NBA at this point. He's 30 years old. I've seen more than enough of Karl Anthony Towns to not be overwhelmed by this smaller sample size. I don't think that's going to last. Like, do you really think Karl Anthony Towns is about to tonight might as well be an elimination game for the Spurs? Do you really think that Victor Wembanyama, I don't care how old he is, I don't care how inexperienced he is going to allow for this to happen on this stage? I just can't see it.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, game 2, you can argue that it was lost after a turnover and a missed fadeaway by Wemby.
Both by Wemby.
If both those plays are executed, then the Spurs, this series could very well be at tied at 1-1.
If one of those two things, and that's the funny thing is, like, for you to be like Canty and to beat your chest and to, put the, drill the, what do you call it, the nail in the coffin and act as if it's all over with because Wemby missed a wide open mid-range jumper that was proper execution on the play. Fox got it to him in the right spot. He pulls up. He missed. He missed. It's a good shot. You want that shot. He missed it.
And he's had 3 days to sleep on this too.
And the play before that, if Castle turns around and demands the ball like a primary ball handler should, despite me not thinking he should be that's his role, or if Wemby notices his eyes turn away and doesn't throw that pass, which they teach you that in the fundamentals of basketball. That was clearly a brain fart by Wemby. The moment got a little big for him. And if you don't see the two eyes,
that's the inexperience that was talked about. Though.
Yes.
Those moments right there.
Yes. And again, the thing about inexperience that people don't give enough credit to is you get to decide what you do when things come up short for you. You get to decide if you're Magic Johnson and people are calling you Tragic Johnson early in your career to flip the narrative and to change the way people see you. You get to decide if you're Victor Wembanyama. What's my guy's name with the Orlando Magic back in the day? Nick Anderson, who got the yips at the free throw line and was never the same. Him having that experience of falling short on the big stage and having people criticize him again in one of those NBA Final Series that was pretty lopsided, that could have made or broke him. Dwight Howard, early in his career, got posterized by Kobe Bryant. And Kobe was jacking at him. And he decided to take that experience and to learn from it quickly and not let these things happen again. Like, again, if you're going to sit here and tell me that Wemby's big mistakes at the end of game 2 are going to break him, I can't buy it.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I mean, we're talking about a San Antonio Spurs team that, against the Timberwolves, lost game 1. They also beat Oklahoma City Thunder in a Game 7 at Oklahoma, which is the defending champs.
They were down 3-2. They were down 3-2 to the
While
Thunder.
we mentioned inexperience with the San Antonio Spurs, they've definitely shown that they're a team that, one, learns quickly, and two, can adjust. And they got players on that roster like Stephon Castle that have won national championships. So they've been in moments like this. But it's also worth noting that the Knicks have also gone through their trials and tribulations in recent years. And it feels like it's finally culminating to this moment in Madison Square Garden.
It can happen.
I think there's sort of something to be said about that as well.
It can definitely happen. Again, at this point, I feel like I'm surprised by nothing in these playoffs and in these finals. But I have not seen enough evidence for me to back off of my stance that the Spurs are the better team and that they're going to win these NBA finals. It is not. Their backs are against the wall. They're behind the 8 ball. Choose your metaphor for the Spurs are in a must-win situation for tonight. But when I look at the circumstances around Game 3, the Spurs giving one away. In fact, they feel like they gave both Games 1 and Games 2 away at home. Wembanyama taking full accountability and ownership over the mistakes he made at the back end of Game 2. Greg Popovich, the legendary Greg Popovich, El Jefe, having the conversations what they had before they hopped on the plane to get back. The Knicks being pre-crowned by guys like Canty, by people in and around the city of New York. The energy around the Garden being shifted because, oh, wait, we got POTUS in the building, so they're hanging out in and around MSG and having all of the theatrics and the energy that comes with that no longer able to happen, right? The Knicks not feeling – you can't – Colin likes to say this, you can't fake the desperation. You can't fake the desperation. You can't have any kind of like phony way in which to rile yourself up for a game when you know it's win or go home practically. That's on the side of the Spurs as well. Tonight feels in each and every way like, damn it, the Spurs are going to find a way to pull this out. And, Damian, one thing that I don't think we're talking about enough, I don't know if you saw that headline. It just here it is right here on ESPN.com. We're talking about how expensive these tickets are. This morning, out of New York, in the NBA Finals, Celebrity Row property is worth $1 million. The Knicks announced that was the winning bid in an auction for 2 seats for Game 3. That's tonight's game of the NBA Finals at MSG. It's their first MSG NBA Finals game since 1999. A law firm and a venture capitalist group teamed up, put a bid in for $1 million to get 2 courtside seats in Celebrity Row for tonight's Game 3.
So $500K each.
Damien.
It's unreal.
You think they don't want a Game 6 at MSG?
They probably want a Game 7.
Hey,
well, they wouldn't get a Game 7. Right.
You see the money that's rolling into Madison Square Garden.
But imagine if it were a Game 7 in MSG. I mean, what would the prizes be there?
That would be insane. A win or go home. But honestly, the ticket prices, I think the get-in price went down. So over the weekend, the get-in price at MSG was hovering around $10,000. I think 8.9 or so was where it peaked at. Today, we went and looked on SeatGeek or whatever else ticket markets there are, and it's about 3.5, 3.7. So you can still get in at not a reasonable rate, but at least a rate in which you can probably tell yourself comfortably, I feel good about this. I feel solid enough about this if you got it.
Depends who you are.
If you got it, that's what I'm saying. 10,000 is crazy, though. 3.5 is it's still insane, but hey, you could get my Jeep's AC fixed a couple of times with that. So, let me know.
That's a down payment on a new Jeep.
It is a down payment on a new Jeep. But I say that to say this, this is a very atypical environment that the Knicks and Spurs are walking into tonight. And it is going to be a high-ticket item. And it's going to be a lot of pressure on the Knicks to get a win, and it's going to be a lot of desperation from the San Antonio Spurs. I expect the desperation to win out. We'll see. Game 3, NBA Finals, who you got? Mike Rizzo and I put our hibachi lunch bet back on the table. He owes me a hibachi lunch because I believe it was Spurs Thunder Game 6. I can't remember. It was one of the Spurs Thunder games where I had the Spurs, he had the Thunder, and we put a little hibachi lunch on the line, and
Thunders
I won.
did win Game 6.
Yeah. And I won. So now we're back at it. This time I'm going to add a signature cocktail to my hibachi lunch that he owes me if I win. And then if he wins, the Knicks win, and no hibachi lunch. It's like a double or nothing, if you will.
And you hear it from the New York fans.
Yeah, I'll hear from the New York fans, but I mean, what do I care if I hear from them? they deserve a moment to bark because they've had a lot of whimpering, a lot of moments under the shoe of the big bad Miami Heat, of the big bad Boston Celtics. Used to scraping them off en route to the NBA Finals. So, yeah.
Cleveland at one point.
Yeah, Cleveland had their way with them. You know, y'all deserve y'all's moment in the sun if y'all can earn it, but you got to earn it. NBA Finals Game 3 predictions. Who you got? Who you got tonight? 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. And welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. Get back to the life and the activities that you love. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. That's baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. 888-760-3776. NBA Finals, Game 3. Who you got? Rocking with the Spurs, rocking with the Knicks. If the Knicks win it, it's over. If the Spurs win it, woo-wee, I think we're coming back to MSG for Game 6. It's that big of a night tonight. It's that big of a game. We will take your calls here on the other side. That is Damian Perez. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Mega Bash at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is the biggest 4th of July party in Jupiter. There's no better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday than enjoying 2 special baseball games on July 3rd and July 4th. Both games begin at 6 p.m., featuring the Mega Kids Inflatable Area and the biggest fireworks show of the season. Tickets start at just $8. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Mega Bash tickets today.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Listen live for all of your Inter Miami coverage, including play-by-play, weekly shows, and all the latest on the Herons. If it's Inter Miami, it's on ESPN 106.3. Listen on the ESPN South Florida app or stream it on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Stay connected with Inter Miami anytime, anywhere. Presented by Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE today.
The world is coming to South Florida for the biggest month in international soccer, and Tri-Rail is your ticket to the action. Skip the traffic and costly parking with fares starting at just $2.50, plus enjoy free Wi-Fi on board. Take Tri-Rail to Golden Glade Station, then hop on free shuttles for ticket holders heading to the matches at Miami Stadium. With extra trains before and after the games, getting there and back is easy. Let's go on Tri-Rail. Plan your ride at TriRailWorldCup.com.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
One thing you and I were wrong about here, Damian, is Spurs getting out to a big lead is it's actually kind of been working against them. They've played the Knicks 5 times this year. And in the 4 games in which the Knicks have relinquished a 10-point lead to the San Antonio Spurs, the Knicks have won all 4 of those. So maybe they had to find that sweet spot of a lead. Just stay up 5 to 7 points throughout the game and you're good. You go up above 10, you're going to lose it. If it gets down to a 3-point or a 1-possession game, you're going to lose that one as well. So the Spurs have to find the sweet spot with their lead. That's all it is.
And they go up big early. So it's always in the first half because in the fourth quarter, I feel like game 1, I think it was somewhere around like a 7-6 point game. But if you're watching that, the Spurs had the lead, but at no moment did you think that the Knicks weren't coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those games where yes, they had the lead in the first half, but they lost it. In the fourth quarter, that's when Brunson comes alive. So that's when I feel like the lead's more important.
And same thing for game 2. You know, let's not forget the Spurs had a colossal comeback. Like that game would be more so defined by the comeback they had late, sparked by a Dylan Harper transition play. It was, I think, 14-0 run the Spurs had late before the Knicks came back. And again, won in a absolutely, if you're a San Antonio Spurs fan and you were in the building for that one, you have to feel ultimately disheartened because you had multiple opportunities to win it late. You got a Jalen Brunson missed free throw, but a turnover and a missed jumper by Wemby, and here you are, 0-2 deficit. Only the 3rd team in NBA Finals history to go down 0-2 with home court advantage, and the other 2, let's just say, did not work out so well for them. We're going to go to the Baptist Health Hotlines. We have Ernie in West Palm Beach, and Ernie is a Knicks fan. Ernie, happy Motion Monday to you. I got to imagine you're feeling confident about your Knicks.
Very confident. Even the fact that even the Holy Sisters of the Faith that blessed Wemby can help them now. There is no help for them. They could score 20 and still have no help. No, it's. I think it's a team of destiny. This is our time. This is finally our time, and I like the fact that Jalen Brunson doesn't even want to be in the same room as the trophy, even pictured. So the fact that the man is willing to sacrifice even taking a picture or even touching it or even mentioning it in the same sentence, I know this guy is dedicated and he's focused and he's ready. We're bringing the chips. So, yeah, I'm confident. And so much that I could give you the line. I could give you Brunson's over 30. Yeah.
Okay.
Brunson's doing 30 today.
Brunson's getting 30. What else? I'm writing this down, Ernie. I'm writing this down. Brunson's getting 30.
Please write it down because the last time I gave it to you, you mocked me, and they all came to fruition. So let's go.
Brunson for 30.
Doing over 30.
What else?
All right. Shamet is doing over 12 points.
12 points for Shamet. All right? Okay. All right. 12
for Shamet. All right. I'm going to give you.
Knicks are going to win, I'm guessing, too.
Going to give you. No. This is all good. Anunoby's going to give you 17.
17 from Anunoby. Okay. We're putting this down. We're writing this down. 30 for Brunson. Okay.
All right. Josh Hart is giving you 14 and at least 10 rebounds.
14 and 10 for Josh Hart. Okay.
All right.
That sounds like a Hart.
Cat's giving you at least 20.
At least
and 10.
20 and 10 for Cat. Okay.
All right.
Is that all?
Well, that's it. I mean, everything else will be gravy after that. I mean,
are the Knicks going to win tonight, Ernie? Are the Knicks going to win tonight?
We're going to win tonight. We're going to win. And I told you this before. Their inexperience is our experience. So these kids are not going to be ready for this mayhem. Gotham is going crazy right now. These guys, did you see the the internet of these guys just going into their hotel room?
Yeah.
They're on their heels right now, just getting into the garden. They're on their heels.
Ernie, question.
City is on their back. Go ahead.
Are you at all nervous about Karl Anthony Towns turning into a pumpkin at all this series?
I'm not going to be. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It can happen. It can happen, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that from him. I'm not seeing the foolish fouls. I'm not seeing all this stuff of nonsense. I'm seeing an actually grown-up cat that actually knows his position, knows his value on the court, that he can't do foolish fouls, needs to stay on the court, protect the rim, do your thing with Wemby, and let's go Knicks.
All right.
Knicks are sweeping. We're taking it. Let's go.
All right, Ernie in West Palm. I appreciate the call. I always love the energy from Ernie, and that is how I want you to feel as a Knicks fan today. I want you all, if you're a Knicks fan, riding along, listening to Theoretically Speaking here on ESPN West Palm, if you're playing us on your smart speaker, however you're tapping in, I want you to feel the same way that Ernie feels today. You're confident that Brunson is locked in. You have the appropriate amount of fear that Cat could pumpkin, but you're not seeing it. He's been great so far, and you have to give him his flowers while he's handling business. And you should believe your team is going to win. All I'm saying is this: the New York Knicks, let's say the margin for error and how fine of a line it is between them winning and them losing, I just don't think there's enough credit being given towards that when you consider the opponent and you consider the stakes. If the Spurs lose tonight, the series is over. If the Spurs cannot get it done tonight in the Garden, the series is absolutely dead. If you go down 3-0 in the NBA, it ain't happening. Celtics almost did it to our Heat a few years ago, which I would have been sick, but it ain't happening.
6-7.
I just don't feel, and maybe it's because I'm not a Knicks fan. Maybe it's because I'm a slight Knicks hater. I do not feel as confident in this bunch. I don't feel as confident that Wemby's going to allow Cat to continue to dominate him and punk him and to be a better player than him through 2 games of this series. And I also, honestly, for Jalen Brunson specifically, I don't think it's just him having a couple of bad shooting nights and mishandling the ball. I think that the Spurs actually have a great defensive game plan on Brunson, and it's going to bear out. Like the 31 points he got, or the 30 points he got in game 1 came off of 31 shots. Like that's kind of what you want. He had 20 points in game 2. He was 7 for 25.
Yeah, he's been getting hounded.
He's been getting absolutely harassed. And could things change? Sure. Also, I will say Brunson is a much more pesky defender and a much more advantageous defender than even I give him credit for. And he played the passing lanes well, and he was astute.
He had a big steal at the end of the game.
Huge steal. Because he also is so strong and such a low center of gravity that you don't want to throw a jump ball to your guard when Brunson's guard
It's
on
like
the
a pit
inbound.
bull.
Yeah. You don't want to do it. It reminds me sometimes of what Marcus Smart can look like at times. So I want Knicks fans to feel as confident as Ernie feels today. But I also don't want you to take too much, when it doesn't work out tonight. I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to see you guys necessarily sad. I'm giving you the heads up right now, and I told the same to Mike Rizzo as we made the bet that I don't see the Spurs walking out of there with a loss. I see them walking out of there with a pretty comfortable win tonight in a home court advantage, in a Madison Square Garden where the energy in that arena isn't going to feel like the typical Knicks energy, even a playoff energy game. It's going to be big, still going to be a lot of energy in there, but it ain't going to be the same without those guys outside kicking it. Like, give me the Spurs tonight, man. I do like his bets there. Do you want to go back through those right quick? 30 points for Jalen Brunson, 12 points for Landry Shamet, 17 for Anunoby, 14 and 10 for Hart, 20 and 10 for Cat.
Interesting that he didn't throw in the Knicks money line, though.
He didn't want to go Knicks money line.
Very interesting. Do you think there's almost a sense where the Spurs feel less pressure going into Madison Square Garden down 0-2. I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah. You
the
feel
desperation is there.
The desperation is there, but desperation and pressure are two different things. If the pressure's on anybody tonight, it's on the Knicks.
Right.
And I also, when I think about Karl Anthony Towns, man, it pains me to say this because not only has this been a great journey.
It hasn't just been Towns, though. Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
Michael Bridges, I mean.
Yeah. Bridges has been.
He ended the game with 20 points, but I feel like the shots that he made were to stop runs. And those are the big ones. You know, when the Spurs were finally getting it going, they were going on a little bit of a run. Michael Bridges will come up with a huge three.
And he does it also a lot of times in those Brunson on the bench minutes, which the Knicks have not been too shabby in because of the fact that their defense has an uptick. I like what they're able to get out of my boy, what's his name, Alvarado from the Pelicans.
Yes.
Like, again, but I am not trying to discredit this magical 13-win-in-a-row run that the New York Knicks are on right now. I'm telling y'all should be a lot more cautious with your expectations of this basketball team based on the team that they're going against tonight. 8:30 tip-off at the Garden, which is going to feel like the Garden, like a diet variety. That's all I'm saying. Top on the get around, man. We go from topic to topic, city to city here. Damian Perez is in on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. He is the conductor of said get around. And Damian, where we starting off?
Next stop.
Why not start in New York, where the NBA final tickets at Madison Square Garden are now being compared to World Cup final prices? Theo, what's a bigger flex in today's day and age? Saying that you were at the World Cup final or saying you were at the Knicks at Madison Square Garden for a final, for their first final run in 13 years, 30 years, excuse me.
Yeah, it's got to be that. It's got to be that. I'm going to sound like stupid American, which I'm neither of the two. Well, I guess I am an American, but I ain't stupid. A finals ticket at MSG is a bigger flex than the World Cup final ticket. Especially given the stakes, especially given the time, especially given the fact that one of those finals tickets at MSG could end up being a clinching game, maybe game 6. Like, there's less capacity at the Garden right here. And again, consider the stages as well. The World Cup final is being played where, Damian? They're playing that at
Madison Square, or excuse me.
At MetLife. At MetLife Stadium. Not exactly the same kind of aura that MSG is supposed to provide. I think the bigger flex is to get into MSG. That is a tougher, more, especially if you get a good seat, that is a more publicly acclaimed. Like, if I show, like, again, Damian, if you saw me at the NBA Finals over these next couple of games in New York versus if you saw a picture of me at that World Cup final, you're going to ask me how the hell I got the MSG tickets, not how I got the World Cup final tickets. That'll be the first question. Be like, how the hell did you get in there? How did you find your way through? Are you on Celebrity Road, theoretically speaking, to get some kind of, momentum boost that I didn't see? NBA Finals got it. Now you're bigger on the football, Damian.
Yeah, I got to go with the World Cup ticket. I mean, the World Cup is every 4 years, and you don't always have it here in the United States of America. So if you really wanted to go to the World Cup final, it's now, or you're traveling to, I don't know, Brazil, Russia, wherever the World Cup is hosted next. So this is probably your best opportunity to visit a World Cup.
If we're talking about the NBA Finals MSG this year versus the World Cup this year, I would dare say a World Cup final ticket any other year in other countries has more gravity to me specifically, and there's been no bigger NBA Finals ticket that I can think of, especially in a non-elimination game, than tonight's. Like,
well, that's another thing.
This is huge. That it's at the Garden. It's first time since '99. They haven't won it in 53 years. Like, this is huge.
I think an NBA final ticket has different value depending on what game it is. Game 7 versus Game 1, Game 2. So that's also something that comes into play. If it were a Game 7,
it's over with.
There's an argument there. But Game 1 or Game 2 of the NBA final, I would probably watch a World Cup final. Attend
World Cup happens every 4 years.
Right.
We're not going to see the Knicks in the finals for another 4 decades. I'm saying.
Next stop.
Let's go to Lubbock, Texas, where Texas
Love
Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby won a court ruling restoring his eligibility for the 2026 season, but the judge also ordered that he sit out the Red Raiders' first 2 games. Theo, when a judge is deciding who can and can't play football, have we completely lost the plot in college athletics?
I'm lost on the get around right now because you brought me to Lubbock instead of Lubbock.
Is it Lubbock?
Yes, it's Lubbock, but honestly, Lubbock has a better ring to it. And if they did go by Lubbock, I think they might have more tourists trying to visit their town for other things outside of
Lubbock just sounds so much. It sounds right to me.
Lubbock sounds more brandable than Lubbock. Lubbock is a little dry. Lubbock, I think you can get some tourism dollars into Lubbock. But Lubbock, Texas, Brendan Sorsby, he's being reinstated with the temporary injunction. He's been proven to have bet on his own college football team back when he was at Cincinnati. He has all of the makings of a guy that likely should be ineligible to play college football, but the NCAA has absolutely no foundation to stand on when it comes to anything that they bring to the courts. So while I want to say I'm surprised that a guy that was caught gambling on his own team's games is able to play in that sport right after it all came out, I'm also not surprised that the NCAA is losing in the courts. It's like I can't figure out which side am I supposed to lean on. I don't think I've ever seen the NCAA win in the court. How the hell is Trinidad Chambliss still playing college football? I don't think the NCAA has ever won in the court system, so that part is not surprising. What is surprising is like the precedence that's being set here. If you're allowing Sorsby to play, isn't there still like another decision to be made as well? Like the injunction is temporary. There can still be a ruling that makes him ineligible. What happens if he becomes ineligible before the June 22nd supplemental draft deadline where now he can't play college football, but then he can't join the supplemental draft? So does he have to wait until the 2027 NFL draft without a whole year of college football? Is he going to play in the USFL? Like there's so many questions to be answered about this. But at least right now we know that Brendan Sorsby, after being known to have a gambling addiction and all of these other things that have come out, and he's bet on his own team, Brendan Sorsby is able to practice in Lubbock, Texas with the Red Raiders. And TBD on whether or not that turns into him actually playing this fall.
From a program's perspective, I mean, I don't think there's a bigger distraction than this, though. The uncertainty. You don't know if your quarterback is going to be there down the line because at the end of the day, this is a temporary ruling.
Yeah.
While he is stated, he's going to miss 2 games, and there's potential that he misses more games. So, when we're talking about a distraction for the Texas Tech Raiders, this is definitely a huge one.
It's a distraction at the most important position in all of team sports. At a level in which that position means even more because everything in college football swings on whether or not you have a guy that plays that position that can get it done at the highest level. At a program in which they're spending tons of money to try to flip that into a perennial power. And also at a time in which there is no greater threat to organized team sports, professional and whatever you want to call college sports these days. There's no greater threat than let's call it, I don't want to call it the issues around gambling because gambling, some people enjoy it. Some people find it well. But the threat of gambling being, I don't want to put this without upsetting any gambling partners. Gambling is definitely a threat to the legitimacy of the sports leagues that we play here in America.
It's all fair game if you're not an athlete, if you're not part of a program. Yeah. That's where you're crossing lines. If you're an athlete, if you're playing the sport and you're gambling on said sport, that's where we're crossing big red lines.
It's clearly an issue. They have to get this resolved. This is the number one priority for the NCAA, for Texas Tech, for everybody in and around this. They have to get this sorted out. The longer it lingers, the more we realize just how little power the NCAA is and how big of a threat gambling is to these sports.
Next stop.
This one's wild, Theo. Let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the Golden Knights, they were up 4-0 in the third period, and then they watched the Carolina Hurricanes score 3 goals in 39 seconds, surrendered a game-tying goal in the final 2 minutes, and they still won Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals in a double overtime. Theo, if Vegas goes to win the Cup, will this be remembered as the game that broke Carolina?
Yeah, and shout out to Shea Teddy. Shout out to Shea Teddy for being the guy to put it in there in double overtime. I will say this for Carolina. it's up to you to decide now, right? Like, and that's what happens in life. Things happen. How you respond is what you're judged on. This is either the game that breaks the back of the Carolina Hurricanes, or it's the game that reminded them that they're never out of it. Because how the hell do you, like, you're down 4-1. You score, 3 goals in, like you said, less than a minute to come back and tie it up. You bring it to double overtime. You inevitably lose. And they lost. It was like a self-inflicted wound in which the way they lost, similar to the Spurs. You lost on your own volition. So really the game was always in your hand. This is either going to make the Carolina Hurricanes and they're going to all resonate with the fact that, hey, we did it to ourselves. We put ourselves at that deficit. We got ourselves back out of it. And then we inevitably accidentally put ourselves away. If they look at it that way, then this is the game that's going to make them. If they suffer the L's that we see all the time happen in sports where there is a emotional letdown after a game that you feel like you should have won, if they respond negatively from that, then yeah, that's the game that broke them. It's funny how it's ironic how aligned the Stanley Cup final and the NBA finals are right now. Spurs got to respond. Hurricanes got to respond. One of them got to do it on the road.
And the Hurricanes lost game 1. So that just makes it even worse that they lost that game on Saturday night.
It's 2-1 for the Hurricanes right now, but they're in Vegas.
Right.
So you got it. Both teams.
They could have evened out the series there.
Exactly.
As far as home games.
And they got to do it on the road now.
Next stop.
Let's go to Tempe, Arizona, where the Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett is ending his offseason holdout and reporting to mandatory minicamp, despite still not having the contract he's been seeking from Arizona. Theo, what does it say about the quarterback market when a guy who's expected to start is making less guaranteed money than his backup?
Says nothing about the quarterback market and everything about the intentions of the Arizona Cardinals, who are clearly tanking. I want people to I want us to all have the same level of resolve around this right now. I need to come to an agreement. The Arizona Cardinals are not trying to win football games actively this year. There's a reason why when the Patriots...
Which is wild, though. I mean,
Yeah.
if we look at the Cardinals, they got Marvin Harrison at wide receiver, Jeremiah Love at running back. You got one of the best tight ends in football at McBride.
Yeah.
What's going wrong here? Why are you still tanking?
They're tanking because the 2027 draft is that much more delectable, and they're looking at, we could get a franchise-changing quarterback, or we'll be stuck with Carson Beck and Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew. If they were serious about actually giving this team a chance to win, they would have paid Jacoby Brissett what he's owed, rolled him out there, let him be that bridge quarterback for you this year and maybe next year with your rookie, so you don't have to start him immediately. And the downside to that is you might win a game or two more than expected if you have a content with his contract, locked in and engaged, and here for the full offseason workouts, Jacoby Brissett. Them not paying that man fair market value to be a starter says everything about how serious they are about winning this year and nothing about the actual quarterback market. We watched the Colts do it last year with Daniel Jones, and look at how that bred a contender out of nowhere until they got injured. We see it happen all the time. You bring a guy in to be your starter, he proves himself, he gets paid at least market value. I'm surprised they haven't got it done, but I think it reinforms me that the Cardinals have no intentions of competing this year. They want a top pick in the 2027 draft. Can't blame them. That's to get around.
Next stop.
It's to get around. The next stop is the end of the get around. That's how we're working that. Damian, we have Tina Costanza going to join us on the other side for the happy hour. There's some news out of F1. I didn't realize that Kim Kardashian had made she transcends now just the popular American sport. She's moved her way into F1. I did not realize that until yesterday. And coming off of a weekend, who has the most motion? Who has the most motion on a Motion Monday here, coming off of a sports weekend where you had a lull in the action from the NBA Finals, but you did get a lot out of hockey. You got Roland Garros, and also right now, Major League Baseball is silently having some games. College Baseball World Series, I don't know if you've been catching up on some of that action, but Carolina looking to save its hockey fans from what they're suffering from right now out in Chapel Hill. A lot of great things happening.
World Cup week.
And it's World Cup week. 3 days out. That's Damian Perez. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
The Pinnacle World Long Drive Tour is coming to the National Polo Center in Wellington, Florida. Think you have what it takes? Enter the local qualifier on Friday, June 12th and earn your shot against the longest hitters in the world. The top hitters advance to the regional qualifier and a chance to hit in the WLD World Championships. Entry is only $40 and competition starts at 8 a.m. For more information or to sign up, visit worldlongdrive.com. That's worldlongdrive.com.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Brent Lessy, partner and tax leader of Anshin's Consumer Products Group.
Did you know the One Big Beautiful Bill Act has created unprecedented opportunities for founders? The $10 million exclusion has increased to $15 million, and the 5-year holding period is no longer an all-or-nothing hurdle. Founders now have the flexibility to raise capital and align their tax-free treatment over 3, 4, or 5 years. These changes include the higher asset ceiling and allow founders and investors to scale aggressively while capitalizing on
for the ones who get it done.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 1063, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
In business, you've got to stand out to win. Sinorama West Palm Beach has been family owned and operated for over 32 years, helping local businesses make a lasting impression. Our team knows how to put your business in front of the right customers with signage that actually works. We can turn blank windows or plain vehicles into bold, attention-grabbing branding that drives results. Ready to step up your game? Call us at 561-687-7993 or visit SinoramaWPB.com.
Hey, it's Tina. Okay, let's be real. When you need tires or a battery, you want someone you can actually trust, right? That's why I go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been keeping South Florida moving for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. They've got all the big tire brands, plus batteries for pretty much everything. Their best price out the door guarantee means you know you're getting the best deal. So next time your car needs something, don't stress. Just go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. Trust me, they've got you covered.
Looking for the best pizza in Palm Beach County or the perfect spot to catch the big game with friends? Then head to Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place in West Palm Beach. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails and Adrian's world-famous original square pizza, straight from Stone Street, Manhattan. From game day gatherings to late-night bites, Adrian's is the place everyone's talking about. Open daily from 11:30 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the best happy hour in town. Twice daily from 11:30 to 6 p.m. and again from 10 p.m. till close. Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place, bringing the legendary flavors of Stone Street, Manhattan to West Palm Beach.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is Theoretically Speaking. It's June 8th. It is a Motion Monday. And we're kicking it with you here. Damian Perez on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos for a happy hour. Tina Costanza joining us in moments here as well. And Damian, it is World Cup week. The World Cup tips off amongst three nations, the US of A, Canada, and Mexico. 48 countries, the biggest field we've had in the history of the World Cup, meaning it is the greatest World Cup of all time, if you will. Damian.
Most lucrative, too.
Most lucrative. Yeah,
gotta prize money.
Gotta be. It better be, damn it. You know what I'm saying? It's happening on this soil. It better be lucrative. Especially, look, if they playing any games in South Florida, I know it's going to be lucrative because these are very rich grounds.
Semifinals, actually, will be at Hard Rock.
Damian, excitement level, 1 to 10. World Cup, how you feeling?
Oh, man, it exceeds a 10. I mean, it's every 4 years, so there's so much anticipation building. And it just makes it so much sweeter that it's here. It's in the United States. You know, it's in our backyard. We got a few games here in Miami, so it's great. It's great that not only it's here in the USA, but it's so close to ESPN West Palm.
I keep trying to wrap my head around how it's already a heightened sense of excitement around here. South Florida is a huge football, area, right? So people love the soccer,
Especially
football, whatever you
Miami.
want to call it. Miami for sure. So there's already this level of, I want to say, anxiousness. Like, come on, we want this to happen now. We want to be here. We want to enjoy the fan fest. We want to be able to enjoy the matches. It's already here. It's already rich. People are excited for it. I do wonder, though, just how much more excitement there would be around this thing if the U.S. men's national team actually had a shot to win it. Like, if people actually, and again, I don't say this disparagingly. I also say this as guy who is admittedly not soccer/football guy. So, if you want to crucify me for saying this, then crucify me. But it seems like, Damian, everything that in and around the World Cup, everything in and around the U.S. men's national team, including the little friendly they had, the send-off they had against Germany, nobody, nor their mamas, and maybe not even the guys that are in that locker room or clubhouse, think that they can actually win this.
Yeah, while you look at it on paper, I mean, it's definitely almost impossible for USA to win the World Cup, to win it all. But there is a sense of, USA can get past the group stage.
Nice.
They can potentially win the first game of the knockout round. And we'll see how it goes from there,
Yeah.
While on paper it does look like it's impossible, but like I said, the group is not the hardest group in the world. It's a group where USA is actually the favorite to win it all. So once you get past that, it gets to a point where in a knockout game, I mean, anything could happen, really. And we've seen it time and time with sports. Sports is something you can never predict. So while it is a long shot, the odds are not in their favor. There is something to be excited about.
At all. Tina Costanza's in the house. Speaking of something to be excited about, what up, though?
Happy Monday.
T-Tom. Happy Monday to you as well. Happy Motion Monday to you. We're going to get to that cocktail of the day. I just was, again, only reason why I thought about this was because it clearly there's moral victories in the World Cup, which is fine. a lot of nations, the highest stage. Every 4 years, you have to, have appreciation for every step that you're able to take. So them winning their group, them reaching it to the knockout stage, those would all be accomplishments. I did want to see just how desolate their odds were to actually win.
Plus 6,000, right?
Plus 6,000. And I'm like, well, how do I contextualize this? How do I contextualize them being plus 6? Because that number can mean any millions of things to people who aren't, sitting here in front of a sportsbook app. I wanted to go through and actually look at how likely it is compared to things that we can actually think about in a more specific way. There are 2 teams in the NFL who are also plus 6,000 to win their championship, Super Bowl 61 right now.
That's a perfect comparison.
Why did Tina just gasp? What was that?
I want to guess teams.
You want to guess the teams? Oh, let's do it. Hold on.
Well, I only had one initial,
I know which one you're going to go with.
Which, if I'm right, that's not good for Team USA.
It's not. But which one? I don't think you're. All right, go.
Jets.
I knew you were going to do that.
Because that's like
New York Jets.
the
We're built for this
worst.
I know.
And that's what I was like, that's who we're comparing them
Cleveland's
to.
got to be on that list.
I'll have you know the New York Jets are plus 20,000.
Okay.
So the
We
U.S.
can dial
men's
it back a
national
little
team,
bit.
yeah, they could win twice in a row before there's an expectation that Jets win the Super Bowl. There's 2 teams. They're both in the same division.
49ers?
Not the 49ers. 49ers have a much better chance of winning the Super Bowl. They are actually plus 1,750.
Okay.
They are teams in a division that we talk about a lot on here, the NFC East, which it's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants.
I was going to say the Giants. That was my guess.
Don't ask me to answer this.
So the U.S. men's national team has the same odds to win the World Cup, according to the sports books, as the Commanders or the Giants have of winning the Super Bowl.
That doesn't sound bad, though.
It's not crazy.
Because the Giants weren't too bad last year.
It's not crazy. Well, the Giants were terrible.
Oh, I'm thinking
Commanders-
of no, not thinking of the Giants.
The Commanders are 2 years removed from being in the NFC Championship.
I'm surprised the Commanders are plus 6,000.
Right. I'm surprised they have the same odds as the Giants.
Right.
And the same odds as the U.S. men's national team of winning the World Cup. Because to me, I've been told it's not happening. I've been told it's not happening. The Americans have no shot at this. That's what I'm walking into this World Cup. Am I wrong, Damian? Am I tripping?
No, it's
over with.
It's very hard. It's very hard for them to win it all. But the thing with the United States national team is that as they start winning games in the group stage, I feel like people will start to get behind them. And at the end of the day, they are at home. I mean, I don't want to be delusional or anything, but
it's 3 homes.
I
guess you're right. Semifinals at home too.
Yeah, and most of their games are going to be here in the United States, so they're going to be the home team. But with that being said, I mean, it's definitely, I would say plus 6,000 is kind of generous in all honesty.
Well, if you want to go root on Team USA,
Uh-oh.
we have so many watch parties coming up.
Uh-oh.
For the World Cup.
Uh-oh.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Go follow ESPN West Palm. Go follow Deportes Radio 760, and you could see all the watch parties that we have going on.
Yeah.
It's insane. There's excitement. A lot of excitement.
Plus 6,000 to win the finals. That's lofty. Plus 2,000 to reach the finals. Now that would think about. We were just talking. Damian and I were just talking about the difference between a World Cup final ticket and the NBA Finals at MSG.
Imagine that ticket, Theo.
If the U.S. men's national team makes the World Cup final and they're playing in New Jersey, technically New York, New Jersey, whatever you want to call it, MetLife Stadium, that ticket through the roof.
Would you change your answer?
Yes, clearly.
Well,
For sure.
I saw on social today the prices of floor and then also seats for the Knicks game.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
It's ridiculous.
Insane.
Yeah. Damien disagrees
But I know
with
World
me.
Cup is also crazy.
World Cup final is going to be crazy.
But World Cup is every 4 years.
Exactly. You don't get the Knicks in the finals
No.
but every 4 decades.
Like the World Cup is like a bucket list item, and I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I feel like that's something like when you go once, like I went.
Yeah.
This is great. Like there's way more opportunities to go to maybe not.
Not a Knicks finals
Not
game.
a
It
Knicks
ain't
final,
happening.
yeah, like maybe
This is
not,
it. This is
but-
it. This is their only chance. The reason why they're so excited for this moment is because this is it. They know it's over with. It's been desolate the past 15 years. It's going to be terrible the next 20. This is their chance to strike.
We're in an era
But
where
we
the
have still
Eastern
15 more.
Conference. The Eastern Conference is wide open, though. I mean, if we look at the teams in the Eastern Conference right now, it pains me to say it, but the Knicks are probably the best team right now. Current moment.
Right now. But the Celtics will be healthy next year.
Who knows if they'll be intact, though?
You never know. But if they do retool the roster, it should be for the better. They would hope. I don't like the Celtics. Hate the Celtics. So the Celtics will be back. The Pacers are going to have Halliburton back. The Miami Heat have a chance at acquiring he whose name shall not be said until they actually move him. But if they get, because Brian Windhorst put out an article. He's been saying, he's been buzzing.
There's a lot of smoke there.
A lot of smoke that the freak could be heading to South Beach. But we will not say his name, nor the name of the organization he currently is enrolled by.
Okay.
Till that actually happens. But again, things will change. The Knicks, this is it. This is their chance. So kudos to them for being up 2-0.
So would you pay the price if you were a Knicks fan? You wouldn't pay to go to the game?
Absolutely not. To go to a game, to one of these next 2 games? No.
Don't celebs get in for free, though?
Exactly. They pay me to go there. Damn it.
Rizzo's nickname for you, Mr. Hollywood.
Mr. Hollywood, yeah. So, I mean, why would I pay when they're handing them out? They're handing the tickets out. You know what else they're handing out? Cocktail of the day.
They might be handing this one out tonight.
Talk to me.
We've got the Big Apple Buzzer Beater.
Wow.
This is interesting.
It's a mouthful to order at the bar.
Can I have the Big Apple Buzzer Beater, please?
Yeah. B-A-B-B. Can I get the BAB? The B-A-double-B? I like that.
The Big Apple Buzzer Beater. You've got rye whiskey, fresh lemon juice, maple syrup, an apple liqueur, Angostura bitters, a thin apple slice to garnish.
I like apples.
I like apples.
I can rock with that.
I like apples.
It's cocktail of the day. I can rock. I was thinking about the last time I had apple as a garnish on a cocktail, and it's really good. Apple and whiskey and bourbon and brown liquors. That's a good pairing. I talked about Crown Apple at one point.
Yeah, Colin never heard of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what Crown Apple is, Damien?
Yeah, Crown Apple Royale.
Colin, never heard of it, never seen it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That was crazy to me.
That's green apple, right?
Well, there is a...
Yeah, no, Crown Apple is in a green bottle.
Well, there's a purple and a green.
Yeah, well, that purple is the regular Crown. Crown Apple usually comes in a green bag.
Yeah.
Green bag, green label. Not that I'm a Crown aficionado or anything. I have my time, have my days. But that cocktail of the day brought to us by the Seahawks of Kaiser. The Kaiser Seahawks. You are a Seahawk aficionado, Tina.
I am.
Nice.
I hang with the champions at Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships. 31. Do the Knicks know anything about 31 championships?
Absolutely not.
No, not at all.
31 years since we've gotten a chance at one, maybe.
Yep. But Kaiser, 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis team. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
I'm telling y'all right now, Victor Wembanyama is unbothered.
Him drawing in the park.
I was going to say, did you
How
hear that?
cute.
He got his feet kicked up at Central Park, drawing the scenery. He is unbothered. He's ready.
And I think something that's also very important and it's not mentioned enough is the 3-day rest period.
Come on.
I mean, I know he's brushed it off. He said he's healthy. He said he feels good, but there was some exhaustion, and at least in game 2.
It showed.
It showed. It definitely showed. And he tried brushing it off, but I mean, you saw him kind of lethargically getting up the court at times.
It's another thing and another reason, and thank you for the cocktail of the day, Tina.
The Big Apple Buzzer Beater.
Delicioso. Not a big fan of the name, but I like the drink that you concocted there. We have to give proper credit to context in this series. The Knicks were coming off of a 4-game sweep. They were coming off of 8 days rest. The Spurs were coming off the emotional high of a 7-game series that they won where they were down 3-2 and they had to pull out all the stops and all of it. It took everything that was within them to get through a better team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. And here they are now, down 0-2. Game 1, they let it slip away. Game 2, they literally gave it away with a turnover and a missed shot by Wemby. The Knicks took advantage. They deserve the 2-0 lead. I say all of those things to say, how could you not be leaving room for the Spurs, who we thought would be the better team, who were favored coming into the series, to turn things around as the games continue to get played? Like, I know we're not that beholden to home court advantage to be so foolish as to think the Spurs cannot win this series still. I would hope not. Damien, we talked about the statistic before. Only the third team to lose their first 2 games at home in the NBA Finals. Last 2 times this happened was the Orlando Magic and the Phoenix Suns. The Magic in 95 against my hometown Houston Rockets. That was the Shaquille O'Neal Orlando Magic, Shaq and Penny. And they got swept, actually. They got swept. Dream was a monster in that series. 2 years before that, it was Michael Jordan and the Bulls against the Phoenix Suns. And the Bulls went into Phoenix. I believe it was a Charles Barkley MVP season. The Bulls went into Phoenix, won 2 on the road, and then Phoenix came back, won game 3. They pushed it to 6. The Bulls still won in 6, but Phoenix won games 3 and games 5. I'm very confident that the Spurs are going to show the resilience, win on the road here in game 3. Don't have a good read on what's going to happen in game 4. We got to see. But I feel like they definitively, going back home to San Antonio, should be able to get game 5. This is going 6 at least. Spurs Knicks. It's going 6 at least, and it starts tonight. Wemby is feet kicked up at Central Park. Tina just drawing.
It was so adorable.
Just kicking, vibing, feeling the air, feeling the waves, being centered. The dude is, I don't think Friday night broke him in the way in which Knicks fans are trying to act like he's broken now.
It's interesting because as fans, we'd think that, he's locked in, he's in the lab. He's not thinking about anything but basketball. In this game 3, but in reality, he's at the park drawing.
He's like adding to his itinerary, like, okay, no, but from 10 to noon, I'm gonna go to Central Park and sit and draw.
And I don't know how friendly New Yorkers are being towards him. I mean, at the end of the day,
what are you gonna do?
This is probably the moment for New Yorkers.
Yeah,
that can potentially win the New York Knicks, win it all in Madison Square Garden. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that when we mention moments.
Yeah, this could be a huge moment. We could be on the precipice of a colossal moment. Everybody's talking about how quickly they're going to burn down the Garden and all that. I would say pump the brakes on all of that. Everybody's talking about how they're going to, the city's going to erupt and they're going to tear the place up. It's like, well, pump the brakes on that a little bit. I wouldn't call your shot on that. Number one, because, there's a lot of games left to be played. But number 2, honestly, guys, y'all got the president pulling up to the Garden tonight. You know what I'm saying? With the president comes Secret Service. With the Secret Service comes all these people that are detailing and watching all the things y'all are saying online. Just slow down with all of the theatrics of how y'all are going to rip the place to shreds when y'all win a championship. I don't want anybody to get put on a list. That's all I'm saying.
Did you see the Shams report? It just came out, actually.
What's this?
President Trump will sit in a suite for Game 3 at Madison Square Garden, opting not to sit courtside. So you're telling me that they considered having him courtside?
He couldn't sit courtside. That's impossible. That's ridiculous having Trump sitting courtside. That's a little. It would be, honestly though.
It says
it would be pretty funny. It would be. Yeah.
He's opting.
He had the option.
So he had the option.
That would have been weird. So this is the first time in NBA history we've had a sitting U.S. president attend the finals game. First time.
Is he a Knicks fan?
Reportedly. Now, if you ask him to name 10 Knicks players right now, I bet you he couldn't name 5. If you ask him to name 10 Knicks players of the past 20 years, I wonder how deep his bag could get there. But he's a busy guy. He's supposed to be like, ruling the free world and all of that. So, but I do know that he's going to be there tonight. He's going to be in the suite. I always assumed he'd be in the suite. Courtside would be a little strange because the issue with courtside too is like, within how many seats is his posse taking up?
Right.
Like, hold on a second now. Y'all, those are. Did you hear about the 2 seats, Tina, that were bought for $1 million tonight?
No.
There was a bid at a charity auction. The New York Knicks Foundation had a charity auction for 2 courtside seats on Celebrity Row for tonight's Game 3, and a law firm and a private equity group teamed up not to buy a franchise, not to buy a business, to buy 2 seats.
Good for that charity.
$1 million.
That's insane.
So, Mr. President, we appreciate you pulling up. Mr. President, we love to have you. We're gonna need you in that suite, big dog. You know what I'm saying? These seats are going for a lot of money right now. And you said you need how? No, sir. Because you got to have like 12 people surrounding him.
I didn't even think of that. That's a great point. I mean,
because there has to be a buffer. Like he can't be sitting there next to like.
And I don't think he'd
Tracy
be paying
Morgan
for that seat. You know, so that's one seat they won't be able to sell.
Nah, yeah, you got to put him in the suite. So that'll be interesting. I don't know. What I do know is the actual game itself. Wemby is calm, cool, and collected. Tina, like I said, drawing pictures in the park. Can we hear from Wemby over the weekend when they asked him about, people are thinking the Spurs have to make these major adjustments, and that was such a ridiculous end to the game. And Victor Wembanyama, where's your mental space at? You're 22 years old. Here's how confident Wemby's feeling right now.
And taking a step back, realizing the journey that's behind us and what's ahead of us, and just being okay with who I am, where I am, what I'm doing. I think at the end of the day, this is everything that I wish for. So there's no reason to really overthink it. This is what I'm built for.
Wow.
Built for it. He's a star, man. This guy's a star. There's a reason why I've been saying he's ready for this. Now, did you have to stack the cards so heavily against yourself, San Antonio? I'm not sure why you did that. You're down 0-2. You are definitively in a bad spot right now. But that's their leader. And teams take on the identity of their leader. He has the resolve. He has the confidence. He's got El Jefe, Greg Popovich, in his ear. He's got Mitch Johnson, who seems to be a good coach. He's kicking it in Central Park, drawing pictures of Cardinals and Ravens as they fly by and whatnot.
It was a statue.
You said what?
It was a statue, actually.
Oh, a statue. Okay, I never saw that. So did he post a picture or something?
I believe there was a video.
This dude's ready, man. He's ready. That would be extremely embarrassing if the Spurs end up losing by a lot tonight. If people were like, yeah, you should have been probably going over the game plan, Wemby.
Wait, do we know if he's like an artist? Like, is he good at drawing?
What did it look like, Damien? Did you see it?
I didn't see the actual drawing.
I would just laugh really hard if it I'm terrible at drawing.
I want to see the Wemby drawing. How do you know you're terrible? At what age did you learn you were bad at drawing? Because when you're a kid, your parents act like everything is good.
Yes, and you like trace everything in art class and whatnot. In elementary school, I was like, nope, I can't draw at all.
It's a very humbling experience to realize you're not as good at drawing as you thought because your parents, gave you all of that, the fake love. They were yes men. That's why I'm trying to debate how soon do I let my son know he sucks at drawing. Maybe he's gonna be good at it. I want to let him know when he's not though. I don't want to put it on the refrigerator if it's not good. I'm just trying to figure that out because I was so disheartened. It happened to me like at school,
Oh, someone told you this is bad.
Yeah, I found out via my peers and not at home because my mom was always telling me how illustrious I was.
Well, your parents are gonna love everything that you do.
Well, we got to stop giving us
Hey, let's stop focusing on drawing. Let's start focusing on this because you're really good at this.
Thank
actually.
Thank you.
Actually, guys, and this is courtesy of ESPN. Wembanyama is not only an artist on the court. Apparently, he's also a well-known passion for sketching and drawing.
Come on, dog.
And is frequently spotting or sharing his personal artwork and statue designs.
What is this? He's such a renaissance man.
Yes.
What does this man not do other than win NBA Finals games right now?
Just right now.
I like Victor Wembanyama, man. That's another thing, too.
How do you not?
Damien asked, are they picking on him? Are they messing with him, Knicks fans and whatnot, New Yorkers? They might be, some of them at least, they might be some of the more irritating and full of themselves fans and obnoxious. But I don't think anybody in and around the sport of basketball doesn't have the utmost respect for Victor Wembanyama. It's hard not to.
This is like what I said earlier today to you, where I tasked Theo to do something because he kind of has to be like, it's not mean. Just being honest with someone. And I go, Theo, no one can be mad at you. And I go, tell me the last time someone was actually mad at you or angry with you. And we couldn't think of we thought of one, but
yes.
We thought of one, but it was kind of funny. It was like they can't really be that mad.
I got to start making people mad. That's what, when you asked me that, I was like,
I don't know. Mike was pretty mad this morning.
Mike was mad.
He was yelling this morning.
Mike was yelling this morning. He was mad.
Was he saying that a janitor would buy like the Knicks tickets?
Yeah, I think he was saying that janitors,
Like people would buy, like
he was
pay
like,
that.
janitors and lawyers are both going to be in the garden paying.
And the garbage cleanup crew.
And the garbage cleanup crew, which, and honestly, a very specific juxtaposition of occupations that Mike picked out there.
Yeah.
But he says that all of these people are going to have the funds to be able to just snap their fingers.
They'll be in the building tonight.
They'll be in the building tonight. It'll be raucous crowd.
They did someone in New York, some media company, did a video on social where they asked you how much you paid for your ticket and like what's your like career. Like, what do you do?
It's such a... It's so expensive. That's the one thing I don't like about this finals, and I appreciate the attention it's getting, and I appreciate... Like, this is good inevitably for the players, but the actual fans who have lived and died by Knicks basketball over decades and decades waiting for this moment, the fact that they are, like, they technically have a chance to buy their way into this building. And I think that the Knicks MSG is giving away like 250 tickets to underprivileged youth per game that they have. So there are going to be some opportunities. It does always suck that people who endured it aren't going to enjoy it. Instead, there's going to be some, a big wig that earned their money. So congratulations to you. Round of applause for you. You're the big dog. You deserve it too. You paid your way in.
Yes.
It just sucks because it's like, damn, dog. I think of those Knicks fans that I know. Thankfully, a couple of my buddies who have been Knicks fans growing up are now reporting and stuff like that. So I have a couple of buddies who are able to go to MSG and witness and cover these games. It's nice for them.
Yeah.
So many more are like, yeah, there's no way in hell. That's like this year's rent. Like I can't afford it.
Especially in New York.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, we'll get to specifically. I wanted to play a game of more or less likely around the U.S. men's national team's chances of reaching the semifinal or another event in sports. And I hit up a sports book to pick these. We'll do that on the other side, as well as a midday midterms. But before I let you go, in the words of Frankie Beverly, I do want to let you know that EDS is yes. Something I've always told you, but I wanted to remind you of that, especially as I opened the show talking about my air conditioning issues in the car. I have zero air conditioning issues at home because I have the solution in EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. That's the website to go to. That's where you tap in with the good people. That is how you get the performance that can last you as long as you need it. Because Florida Heat's going to show up every day. Make sure your home shows up to fight it. You can get 0% interest financing right now through EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. That's 0% interest financing for 60 months. EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. When your AC taps out and you need a quick substitution, you get same-day hot water heater replacement as well. EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. I'm a Gold Plan member. That means I am on the Gold Plan. That means I get 2 check-ins every year, preventative care and repair. They come out. They address the issues in my house. They give me measures to help make sure that these things do not cause any long-lasting damage. And I always go back to one of the biggest tips I got from them. You burn a lot of candles in your home. You got to change your air filter out more quickly. You don't get that kind of stuff anywhere. Nobody tells you that. You learn that the hard way usually when your AC system blows out. I learned that up front thanks to the good people at EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. EDSisyes.com. Put EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing in your starting lineup. 20 years of excellence servicing this area. EDSisyes.com. More Theoretically Speaking, more happy hour on the other side. That's Tina. That is Damian. I'm Theo. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Looking for the best pizza in Palm Beach County or the perfect spot to catch the big game with friends? Then head to Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place in West Palm Beach. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails and Adrian's world-famous original square pizza, straight from Stone Street, Manhattan. From game day gatherings to late-night bites, Adrian's is the place everyone's talking about. Open daily from 11:30 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the best happy hour in town. Twice daily from 11:30 to 6 p.m. and again from 10 p.m. till close. Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place, bringing the legendary flavors of Stone Street, Manhattan to West Palm Beach.
Ugh, water spots on the shower door again.
He sprayed, he scrubbed, he squeegeed.
What? Is that a word?
He's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now he wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man! Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Miami Heat. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 35 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call us today, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what we can do for you. Metro Group Miami, signs, graphics, car wraps, your everything team.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow, who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing, American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Played a little golf. Over the weekend. Matter of fact, got a win over the weekend, which felt great. Through 18 holes. I will say it was best ball with my boy, but we still got it done together as a team. That's all that matters. I got my Jawan Howard ring. More importantly, the 19th hole, which we took to the Duffy's in Green Acres, was probably my most enjoyable part of the day. I ended up getting myself a Duffy's power play to restore the power in my body after getting a huge win. And I went with the chicken tenders and the fries with my drink. Ended up getting a little 2-for-1 action, actually, as well, on top of that, because you get 2-for-1s all day, every day. But that's the thing about the Duffy's Power Play. It's $13.99 for an entree, a side, and a drink. Tina, you'll love this. You can change your drink. You can evolve it to a margarita for just an extra $3.
Oh.
Actually. So think about that. $16.99 for an entree, a side, and a margarita. Pretty darn good deal.
Great deal.
And the good thing about the Duffy's Power Play, and as a former waitress at Duffy's, that food there is filling. Yes. It's not one of those deals where you're going to feel like, oh, well, then now I'm going to have to eat something again 2.5 hours, 3 hours later. No, the Duffy's Power Play, perfect way to wrap up a round of golf, and it was an excellent way for me to do so as well. And make sure that if you are pulling up to a Duffy Sports Grill now through June 21st, that you do get yourself an MVP card, not just for yourself, but as a gift, maybe if you're celebrating mom or celebrating dad or celebrating a grad in your life, because starting now through June 22nd, you're going to have an opportunity to not only purchase those gift cards, but also have a gift card and have a bonus on your MVP account when doing so. Gift card purchases do not account towards getting a gold or all-star or Hall of Fame status and can't be redeemed on the same day used, but you can make sure that all of that stuff ties in. Duffy Sports Grill at Duffy's, our game is always on. I wanted to do the World Cup thing. Something more important just went down over the break. Damian Perez, I think this is this calls for a little breaking news.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire. If your vehicle has issues with braking or other issues, get it fixed right now at St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Damian has done the background work after seeing an alert. Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware are officially no longer following each other on Instagram. Heat bigs. Bam Adebayo, who is the captain of the Miami Heat, and Khalil Ware, who is the project of that front court, are no longer following each other. And this is verified by Damian Perez.
Absolutely. I heard the news, and I went to both of their followings on Instagram. Neither of them follow each other.
Tina?
For me to unfollow you on Instagram, I really have to not like you. We really have, we're not friends anymore. Happened. I don't unfollow people often. So this is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. And also,
because it's so embarrassing if you unfollow them and then you have to ask to follow them back.
So
unless they're not
weird.
Private. If their page is public, then it's okay, I can just go look back whenever.
They'll still see the notification.
You can't view their story. Well, they're not going to see that you're on their profile. You
Oh,
can't
okay.
view their stories, though. They're going to look at that, which they have a lot of followers, so that'd be kind of tough.
Unfollowing is an aggressive move.
Aggressive.
Unfollowing is a choice.
It's a big deal. Yes.
Yeah. And I know to some people, it's talking about the social medias and it doesn't. It does matter. In fact, we had a general manager in Sam Presti, who we were going to talk about today. We're not going to do it right now, but we had a general manager in Sam Presti talking about how social media is impacting somehow Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's the sixth defender on the basketball court with him. Social media matters. We're at a stage in life now where social media actually does matter, and what these players choose to do with their brands, it actually a lot of times has resonating impact in their sports and with their teams. Bam Adebayo, who is supposed to be the big homie to Khalil Ware. It's not just a teammate. Bam is the captain. Khalil Ware is his project, if you will, in that front court. And they unfollowed each other. Khalil Ware is as good as gone.
So I think of something else, though, because sometimes what happens, and I don't think this is the case with them, is that two people unfollow each other. Here we are talking about it and wondering, like, why would they do that? We're going to keep checking to see if anything's posted. Is there something that they are just working together that they're going to promote?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't the case for them, but that's the case for some, like, celebs, maybe some influencers where we start to, yes, a PR move. We're starting to talk about, like, well, why did they unfollow each other? Now we're looking and now we're interested in keeping up with both of them to see if they're going to say, like, why we unfollowed. And then it's like, oh, but a week later, look at this.
Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I don't think that's that.
This is not that.
Especially with the rumors that have been surrounding the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
And not just the Heat, Khalil Ware specifically, Not so much him being traded, but, maybe his relationship with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley is probably not the best. So there's significant context around it, too.
Such a big deal. You unfollow someone?
It's a choice.
Like, there's people that aren't really in my life anymore, but I still have them on Instagram because there's no bad blood.
Yeah.
I could still, I still care about, like, what you're doing.
I'll just, if anything, if you post too much and I don't want to see you, I'll mute you.
I mute you.
There's a mute option on Instagram.
Yes.
And
I
Bam,
love muting people, actually.
Wow. We got to check that muted. We got to see who Tina's muted lately. Bam has an option, Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware do not post all the time on Instagram. So it's not like they needed to mute each other or unfollow each other. They chose to unfollow each other. And the only reason why I'm actually bringing this up on air and talking about this right now, because it sounds trivial, but it actually is important, is because there's a lot of smoke out there that the Miami Heat are on the precipice of franchise-altering moves this offseason. Like, I'm not talking about just a little transaction here, transaction there, and, we got Norman Powell. Great, yes. And that was great. I celebrated Norman Powell. I'm talking about franchise-altering, superstars changing hands type moves. The Heat have a real legitimate shot at that. In every single rendition of one of those trades, and again, like I said here before on Theoretically Speaking, I refuse to mention the name of the – wait, what is it?
Bleep.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hold on. Just a little error. There's a little error. A little quick error on my behalf. Here we go. I refuse to mention the name of the freak until his organization actually does something with him. Trades him.
That's what I was going to ask is who maybe a part of this?
I think he could. I think it could be because Brian Windhorst has been talking very pointedly about the Miami Heat being the most likely destination for, the freak.
Yeah.
And Khalil Ware is always involved in every single trade package. So, again, this is a signal because the players a lot of times will know some things before it goes all the way through. And the Heat don't leak. The Heat never really leak things. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen under the darkness of the night, and then we'll figure it out later. But this right here feels like a bit of a leak. Something's happening. Something's happening with the Heat. Wow. And you are, Damian, thinking the Knicks were going to rule the East for the next decade. I think not.
I think not.
Absolutely not.
Not if Pat Riley has something to say about it.
You think Pat will stand? You know what? This is sneakily, Damian, Tina. I think that the Knicks making the NBA Finals this year
sparked it.
I think that sneakily could spark a fire in the Miami Heat organization, specifically in Pat Riley, himself, to where nothing is off limits to make sure that the Heat regain control in the East. It's one thing to see the Celtics keep making it back there and yada, yada. You could talk about the talent they had. You have no excuse if you're the Miami Heat to be standing idly by while that organization is playing for a title. None. Absolutely none. They didn't have a bunch of draft lottery odds, luck. No.
No,
Those
it's a
were
built
trades
squad.
and free agent acquisitions. Those were all general managers, savvy moves that the Knicks made to get here. Credit to them. The Heat have done the opposite over the past couple of years, and we've been middling in purgatory. And Pat Riley's one of the most competitive human beings to ever walk this face of the earth. You think that man ain't miserable watching his former franchise succeed in his absence, succeed in spite of his Miami Heat, succeed in his latter days where how many more years is he going to have a chance at regaining a chance at a title? The Heat are going to strike something this summer. Something's going to happen. And Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo unfollowing each other, that's just tea leaves.
Has Khalil unfollowed anyone else from the Heat?
That's a good question. Bam is the most important figure for him to unfollow because I would have assumed that him and Bam would have been tight, trade or not.
And the thing is, with Bam, any trade I feel like would get ran by Bam. You know?
Yeah. He's that guy right now for the Heat.
So in a way, it would get the seal of approval from Bam Adebayo to trade away Khalil Ware.
Yeah.
And he had to maybe like break the news.
Ooh, did he talk to him? Khalil Ware is a young dude. He's like 20 years old. He's new to the business of basketball.
Yeah,
remember how Tyler Hero was acting 4 or 5 years ago when he was always flirted in trade rumors? He was very moody.
He's a veteran when it comes to trade talk.
Oh,
unfortunately for him.
Honestly, you need to take Khalil under his wing.
Give him some advice.
This is tough, man. I hate it too for Khalil. I think he's an extraordinary talent. Overall, he means well, good dude. That dude is gone. He is not going to be on the Heat next year. I wonder who we're going to get back. It could be the Freak. Could not. I like having theories on here on Emotion Monday.
That's a big one, though.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. And it makes sense, you know? If we look around the league, you know, I don't want to mention it, but what other team is equipped to trade for Giannis?
The Knicks?
Sorry.
Hey, whoa!
I caught that immediately.
Damien.
I'm surprised, Theo.
I know.
There was a buffer
Damien.
there.
Yes.
Almost made him hit the dump button. It's got serious in here,
Can't go
man.
over the airwaves?
Do you know we can get in trouble with the FCC at this point, dog? Can't be saying that guy's name here. I don't know who you're talking about.
I didn't say anything.
I have no clue who you're talking about, Damien. We have to get a preview. We have to get predictions on the record for the NBA Finals Game 3. Game 3 is tonight, 8:30 tip-off. Probably a little delayed because of all of the circumstances. De'Aaron Fox finally broke the seal. De'Aaron Fox, point guard for the Spurs, broke the seal, and it was the first to publicly complain about the presence of the Secret Service and POTUS tonight. He was like, no, this is making it just way tougher on everybody involved. He was like, this is an inconvenience. De'Aaron Fox said that they had to go through like TSA.
Well, what time do the Spurs have to get to the stadium?
They're already there because of shoot-around. So they probably got to go back again. But he says they have to go through like TSA-style protocols to get through MSG, and all of the fans are as well. So he's like, bro, like, please, none of this ahead of the NBA Finals. It's going to be a weird Finals game tonight. It's going to be a fun one, though. It's going to be must-see TV. We give our official predictions on Game 3 on the other side here on Theoretically Speaking, and we'll save the USMT, the U.S. Men's National Team stuff and their odds of winning for later on this week. But it's a lot of fun to think about. The other things in sports that can happen alongside the men doing the unthinkable here, that we have the World Cup in America. On the other side, Game 3 predictions. That is Damian Perez. That is Tina Costanza. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
When it comes to your back and neck, there's no room for compromise. You need expertise you can trust, and that's HSS, the best in orthopedics, providing spine care for over 160 years. Our specialists focus on you using advanced diagnostics, minimally invasive techniques, and tailored rehab plans to get you moving again. For something as important as your spine, choose the leaders from the best in orthopedics locally in South Florida. hss.edu/Florida.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Yair Holtzman, partner and leader of Anshin's Research and Development Tax Credits Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act restored full expensing of domestic research and development expenditures, allowing businesses to deduct qualifying costs immediately or choose among different tax treatments. Beginning with tax years after December 31st, 2024, special elections for small businesses can be applied retroactively. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help businesses develop a proactive tax plan, identify qualified activities and expenses, and optimize cash flow and tax benefits. If your business is investing in U.S.-based R&D and looking to maximize incentives while remaining compliant with tax law, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Will the Knicks, in all, or I guess for all intents and purposes, close this thing out tonight with a Game 3 win? Or do the Spurs bounce back? The Spurs bounce back. We make our Game 3 declarations, if you will. Not even predictions, declarations. But first, Tina Costanza, you have a late class at F45 today. What gives?
I know. I was a little tired this morning, so I decided I'm going to sleep in a little bit, listen to my body. I'm tired. And I'm not going to do the 5:15 a.m. class. I'm going to go to a 6 p.m. class today because they have options. Yeah. You could do one early in the morning. You could do one in the middle of the afternoon, or you could go after work and do a 5 p.m. or a 6 p.m. class. So I'm going tonight. 45-minute workout. I love to. Again, I can just walk in. I don't got to figure out what exercises am I doing today. What muscle group do I want to focus on? They've got a workout there ready for me to go. It's a strength day. I've got a trainer there if I need to modify anything or need help. 45-minute workout. You stick with it. You will see the results. You want to do a strength class. You want to do a cardio class. You want to do a hybrid, a little bit of both. You can pick and choose. F45 Palm Beach Gardens. Go check it out and go on their social at F45 Palm Beach Gardens.
The New York Knicks are riding a 13-game win streak in this postseason. They are winning by an average of 21 points per game. Wow. Does it continue? Right. Or does it end tonight? It's an 8:40 tip-off. 8:40, I'm guessing, because they had a 10-minute delay or so because of all the TSA stuff. Knicks v. Spurs at MSG. The line was 2.5 points. It has now been bet down to 1.5 points. The Knicks favored it. That means a little money coming in on the San Antonio Spurs. I've already called my shot. I believe the Spurs win tonight. I believe the Spurs not only win tonight, but they win handily tonight. And I don't think it's because of a big game from Victor Wembanyama offensively. I think it's the other guys around him that get going. But give me the Spurs tonight to win. There have only been 14 teams in NBA history to lose the first 2 games of the NBA Finals and go on to win the championship. Only 14 times have those teams been successful. 0 of those times have those teams had those first 2 losses come at the crib. But I think that this is going to be more like 2021 when the Suns played that team from the Midwest and the Freak came back from down 0-2. I think the Spurs have a really good shot at that. Damien.
Yes.
Prediction, game 3.
I'm right there with you. I think the Spurs win tonight in Madison Square Garden. If they don't, they're getting swept.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the pressure is going to get more of the Knicks, and that desperation is going to turn to instinct. And I can see the Spurs coming out on top.
They got them dogs. T-Tom, Spurs, Knicks, game 3, big stage, big money.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think it's going to be the Spurs tonight.
3 for 3.
It's not done.
Is it the kiss of death, or did Theoretically Speaking know something? We're all on the Spurs, and we were going to find out tonight. But those are the predictions, the official predictions that go in. And again, for Ernie in West Palm, his prediction was not only a Knicks win, but he said 30 points for Jalen Brunson, 12 points for Landry Shamet, 17 points for OG Anunoby, 14 and 10 from Josh Hart, 20 and 10 from Karl Anthony Towns.
No Knicks money line, though.
He did not say Knicks money line. He did say the Knicks were going to win. He never said the Knicks money line was in that, but that's Ernie's prediction.
Got to put your money where your mouth is, though.
I got to say, if you parlayed all that stuff together, I mean, you might be able to afford a ticket to Game 4. You might actually be able
Especially
to get in the
because
door.
I don't think Brunson's odds or his line is not 30. I think it's more around like 24.
It's in the low 20s because he's been getting bottled up. And
So
I think
30
the same
would
is
pay
gonna
well.
happen. 30 would pay very well. Russo and Rizzo is next right here on the ESPN 106.3 airwaves. Thank you to Tina. Shout out to Damian Perez. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. And enjoy Game 3 tonight. Go in love. Go in peace. Go enjoy.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on